after having restored the suspension and the loss of volume in the zygomatic arch here, and having restored the loss of volume in the mental area, we still see a certain depth of nasolabial fold, which gives her a little bit of sharp and serious impression around the mouth that we would like to smooth out. So having given here the necessary suspension in the tissue, it is a good choice to use a filler that can be injected a little bit more superficially than Juvederm Voluma in order to fill this little tissue gap. For that, the product I prefer is Juvederm Volift. It is a Juvederm VYCROSS filler that has the same modern cross-linking technology that helps this filler integrate perfectly with the surrounding tissue, but at the same time with a little bit lower hyaluronic acid content, not providing too much volume, because in the more superficial plane where we would like to inject here, we want to avoid overcorrection of that area and want to avoid a swollen, unnatural look. So Juvederm Volift with a 27 gauge needle, I start injection in the upper part of the nasolabial fold, the paranasal triangle, injecting deep dermally, aspirating here, and injecting in that little triangle a bolus of Juvederm Volift of 0.2 cc. That suspends this area and gives the transition from the perioral into the cheek area a smoother transition and helping to lose the sharpness of appearance in that area of the face. The lower part of the nasolabial fold can be either injected in retrograde tunneling technique, which is an opportunity that one can choose for. I personally prefer in that area, in order to avoid a visible sausage of material in this fold, especially as this is a mobile area. I personally prefer a micro droplet technique with a series of multi-punctures, almost like a string of pearls, in order to create little suspension pillars in the deep dermal plane of the skin in order to fill the gaps without creating a linear correction impression. For that, I stretch out the line with my 2 fingers and I inject right in between the 2 fingers in the line little droplets of products between 0.05 to 0.1 cc, and I create more resistance in that area without ending up with a linear thread of products which can become visible, especially upon mimic animation. Stretch and inject micro droplets, pointing the needle a little bit obliquely into the tissue in the deep dermal plane, avoiding to inject too deeply because otherwise the effect is not going to translate onto the surface of the skin. Just smoothing this line out without overfilling this area and giving her a too plumped, swollen look. Like the other products of the Juvederm VYCROSS collection Juvederm Volift is extremely easy to be molded immediately after injection. So after having placed the product where I wanted to, I can palpate the product with my finger, feel where the little pillars I have created are, and I can, with very, very light force, I can perfectly mold them into place.